So now we'll go on to a very short discussion on the difference between dialects and language. You know what is a language and what is a dialect. Okay. So how will you differentiate between a dialect and a language? So when two person is speaking, okay, and the two person are able to understand each other, then you can tell that the persons are using dialects of the same language. Okay, for example, if a person is speaking Chennai Tamil and the other person is speaking Madurai Tamil, two will be able to mutually understand each other. Okay, then you can come to a conclusion that the two person are speaking the dialects of the same language. They are here using a term called as mutual intelligibility. Okay, so mutual intelligibility is nothing but two person when they are able to understand each other, that is called as mutual intelligibility. So if two person could understand each other, then we can come to a conclusion that the two person are speaking or using the dialects of the same language. On the other hand, if a person cannot understand the other person, then you can come to a conclusion that they are speaking different languages. For example, when one person is speaking Hindi and the other person is speaking maybe Malayalam, then they will not be able to understand each other, right? Then you can come to a conclusion that the two are speaking different languages. Okay, so one thing that you have to remember when you are making the difference between dialect and language is only this term, mutual intelligibility. Okay, and after talking about mutual intelligibility, they are also telling that this principle of mutual intelligibility is not absolute, meaning you cannot come to a conclusion that if a two person could understand each other, they are speaking the dialects of the same language. They are telling that sometimes the two speakers who can understand each other may be speaking different languages. For example, when you are taking language like Hindi and Punjabi, even though Hindi and Punjabi are two different languages, a Hindi speaking person can understand a Punjabi language. Okay, and that doesn't mean that they are speaking the dialects of the same language. Okay, so what they mean to say here is this could be taken as a guideline for making the difference between dialects and language, but sometimes it would fail. This guideline would sometimes fail. So that is the example that I have given, that is the language of Hindi and Punjabi. Hindi and Punjabi, even though they are different language, but still the person who is speaking Hindi can understand the language of Punjabi. Clear? So this mutual intelligibility is a guideline but not an absolute guideline. Okay. Next, one more point that they are talking about dialect and languages. So when will a dialect become a language? Is when a dialect is socially and politically powerful, then a dialect will be taking the status of a language. Okay. Continuing with this, they are putting up one more term called a standard dialect. So what is actually called as standard dialect is again the same thing. So which could be rightly called a standard dialect is the dialect which is socially and politically powerful. That dialect will become a standard dialect. For example, when you're talking about English language, the particular language spoken by the southeast people of England, no, that is called as the standard English also. So what is the reason is the capital of England, London, is situated there, and various other universities, no, Cambridge, Oxford being situated in southeast of England. The English spoken in that particular area, that is a dialect of English, variety of English spoken in southeast, is called as standard English. Okay, it became the standard dialect, and that is the reason I have put up here. Since it is socially and politically powerful, that particular English became the standard dialect of English language. And this standard English is used in BBC channel also. So there are various positive points when you're talking about standard English. It became the language of the educated people, and also it became the symbol of social status also. Okay. And apart from that, no other dialect speakers of English also started absorbing the standard English, which is spoken in southeast of England. And as I told you, since it is socially and politically powerful, it became the standard language. And later, this standard English, no, which is spoken in the southeast of England, this became the received pronunciation, that is called as RP. Okay. And as I told you, the various reasons behind this standard English, which is called as received pronunciation, you can list out many things. One thing is, it is because of social and political status, and since many educated people were living there, since the capital of the country is also situated there, and apart from there, you have many important universities like Cambridge and Oxford. And as I already mentioned, BBC broadcast also made use of this language, and it almost was called as BBC English. Okay, since this RP was used in BBC broadcast, that was called as BBC English. And apart from that, when you're talking about the study of phonetics, they also use only the RP. Okay, the phoneticians, when they are teaching the pronunciation of British English, they use only the RP, that is received pronunciation, which is followed in the southeast of England, and that is almost equal to that of correct pronunciation of English. So when you want to speak the correct pronunciation of English, you are supposed to follow the southeast England's pronunciation, that is RP, received pronunciation. That is what is the correct pronunciation of English language. And when you're talking about the English pronouncing dictionary, written by Daniel Jones, he also follows only the RP. So these are the various things that you have to know about when you are talking about received pronunciation. Okay, and apart from that, you need not come to a conclusion that other dialects of England is somewhat inferior in quality. They are as equal as to that of the RP. But for various other reason, non-linguistic reason, RP has taken the superior hand. Apart from that, there is no variation in the dialects spoken throughout England. And when you are talking about non-native users of English, for example, Indian who is speaking English, they are supposed to follow the RP. That is, we have to follow the received pronunciation, which is followed in the southeast of England. Okay. So with this, I stop today's session. Thank you.